And we're
my
back
dear
in
Watson,
Baker Street.
The day and night which we passed in Whitechapel were enlightening, weren't they?
Oh,
An
yes.
adventure that I most certainly will never relate. To be in the skin of that poor woman. I prefer not to speak of it further. But have we really learned anything about the murderer? Obviously a man, given the necessary strength.
We have little to go on, at least no more than the police. But in my opinion, Inspector Aberline has a trick or two up his sleeve.
He is a magician, after
I want
all.
to talk about the facts and what we can draw from them. We know where the crime was committed and under what conditions. I'd like to ask you about the possible motives for the crime. According to you, Watson, what could have pushed the murderer to act in such a way?
Let's go over to the board and find out. Now, this is as far as I got the last time, and then I got stuck and confused. So I might have to check an FAQ at this point, but I'll do through this first. So horrible madness?
Homicidal insanity, Holmes.
It is indubitable that the man who did this to Polly Nichols is not of his full senses.
Either that or he's just a raging psychopath. Black magic.
I'm not terribly interested in the occult or black magic. Let's give the
Thank
benefit
God
of
they
the
don't do a
doubt
film
to his
about it which
motive.
revolves around suspicious black magic.
A personal drama.
Love can certainly lead to many a drama, but we have to consider the fact...
Has anyone
that the
noticed how
victim
sometimes the
didn't know
subtitles
how
don't
to
match what's being said?
Theft, perhaps.
I have a hard time believing that someone would attack poor Polly so fiercely just to rob her of a few coins.
Maybe this is what Nirvana wrote Polly about.
Revenge, Holmes?
Revenge could be a possible motive, but with one small reservation. We have reason to believe that the victim considered her murderer to be a typical client.
Right, what now? What the fuck do I do? No, back, close. No, what? Inventory. No.
Well, we are still missing certain information in order to finish this investigation, Watson.
Is there anything I can click on here? Anything at all? Apart from the doors. Can I ask
What are we
Watson?
doing, Holmes?
Oh God, you're so useful, Watson. Documents, maps, conclusions. Who's on the premises? Right, okay, so we've got a lot of non-conclusions.
Well,
Close.
we are still missing
Oh, for
certain...
fuck's sake. Is it going to do the same thing?
Well, we are still missing certain...
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to stop here, consult the FAQ, and I'll be back. I know I'm a weakling, but there. See you guys in a minute. Right, we're back. So I checked, and you have to click these three.
Elementary. Very well, Watson. I think that we've exhausted the topic. Take a rest and we'll speak again later.
I'll see you in my room later, Watson.
Ah, it would seem that the investigation is advancing, Holmes. Yesterday's
Took
Star
us a week,
said that a
and we've done
suspect is in
nothing.
the hands of the police, a man with a rather sinister reputation.
Goes by the name of
Join
William
us. How
Gladstone.
did you inform me that the good news came from the press, Watson?
Ooh,
Surely they
pwned!
wouldn't invent the fact that the police are holding a suspect.
The
or
press
the acts that are
invent
attributed to him.
stuff.
You have an
in
exact
the
answer
news.
to these two questions in less than 50 seconds, Watson.
Pardon?
Enter, Inspector.
It is just forethought, isn't it, Holmes?
Good day.
Good eye. Are you
Dear
Constable
Watson, allow me
Aberline?
to introduce Inspector Aberline. Inspector Dr. Watson.
Inspector?
To what do we owe the honour of your presence, Inspector?
I heard that the two of you made your way to Whitechapel a few days ago. Your arrival, you are aware, coincides with a very serious affair which our police service is going to great lengths to solve and which is creating strong tensions in the area.
No, we never
Pardon
get.
me, but haven't you arrested someone? A certain leather apron?
I think you mean leather
Absolutely
bag.
not. The man who hides behind this name is indeed being actively searched for by the force. Besides, nothing at the moment suggests that he is the Bucks Row murderer.
There, you've been enlightened, Watson. Now it is our turn to answer Inspector Aberline's questions.
What, do you think we're
Indeed.
suspects?
I will be brief and precise. Do you intend to investigate this case, or have you already started?
It is to be of service to a friend that I went to Whitechapel. We did, out of curiosity, familiarize ourselves with the preliminary reports, and we made our way to the scene of the crime. Our conclusions are slim, as are the clues. Having not
Still
been
did better than
officially
you,
appointed
though.
by a client, I believe that my intervention in this business will end there.
Very well. To be frank, you take the weight off my shoulders by distancing yourself from the case.
Well then, I'm
Our
taking
image
it.
isn't very good, to say nothing of what the press puts us through. Thus, if overnight they found out that you were on the case, people would turn against us.
And they would pester me, overwhelm me, and finally make me out to be responsible for the inevitable failure such a scenario entails.
I'm good to see you've got
Neither
such an
nor
optimistic
I
view
wish
of the
for this
world,
to
Holmes.
happen. I know that your time is precious, Inspector. I will send you a note regarding my conclusions shortly.
With pleasure. Gentlemen?
Do you think that
Well, that
he
was
will
a
find the
short game.
murderer?
The chances are slim to non-existent. It is 7 days now, short of a confession from the murderer himself.
And you will not go further?
You heard the Inspector, Watson. My presence in Whitechapel would hinder, which doesn't mean that we will drop the case.
How
Ooh,
is
Holmes,
that?
you sly dog.
The Inspector spoke of me, but not of us. It is you, Watson, who will lead the investigation tonight. It is you who will bring to the police station the little note that I will write regarding our conclusions. Despite the late hour, there is nothing to stop you from making inquiries about this famous leather apron while you are there.
You control Dr. Watson. Leather apron. What about his career? His latest movement in the borough. The famous streets, something about London Bridge. The man is unquestionably mad. Found 39 stabs. Ooh, charming. Let's go, shall we? Is there anything to click on? I think I've already exhausted all the clicking potentials in here. That's the door out. I'm guessing this is my room. Oh, I will wear this when Holmes asks me to marry. Anything of interest in here? No, just the door and this marvellous game of either someone playing polo or a cavalry charge. I'm not entirely sure. Looks like Venice. And a shaving bowl. Right. Let's invade Holmes's privacy. Holmes, one day you will be mine. Back off, bitch. Ah, it's the same painting. But that's different. Don't know what that is. And that's the same painting. Wow, it's almost as if they're exactly the same rooms with just different paintings. Or the same paintings. And there's another one! And the same one again! Oh, for God's sake, Holmes, surely you're rich enough to afford different paintings. Or do you just really like those ones? Let's go out. Yeah, I can't wander around the rest of London. Let's head to the police station.